Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the TWRS Fireside Chat. My name is Brian Britt. Of course, always great to be here. James Watson up in the top left. Definitely excited to have him. We do have a new guest joining us here this evening. We have Scott Schroeder of Boomer Button Boxes. I'm super excited to talk to him for sure. But hopefully everybody's doing well here tonight. We do appreciate you tuning in to the Fireside Chat. This has become a little bit of a tradition. I know sometimes we miss it, hit or miss. But we're going to try to see if we can get a little bit more organized and nailed down. But this is going to be a special one. I know we got some more guests already lined up for the next episode. But James, how are you tonight, man?
I'm doing good, doing good.
All right, definitely. How about you, Scott? It's good to have you on the TWRS Fireside Chat. I know you've been itching to get on this one, eh?
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Man, he doesn't sound so excited. I don't know. Does not sound so excited. But I'll tell you what, I'm just to talk a little bit about what's been going on with Team Watson Racing Setups. I've been really excited to see all of the success that we've been seeing on the racetrack in the next gen and in the truck as well. James, I don't know if you've been seeing it, but we've been seeing some really massive success from our subscribers when it comes to the NASCAR truck. Mitchell Hunt has been doing a fantastic job with those setups. I mean, I know Edward Sanchez. I want to mention one of our subscribers. He won, I do believe, 4 or 5 races in a row.
6 in a row.
6 in a row, so even better than that. I mean, that's just insane. And usually, most of the time, our next gens are the thing is the car that gets the most attention because it's, of course, we got the legend, the King Kenny Coppola, you know. But I mean, he delivered as well. I mean, we saw. I wish Vincent was here today because Vincent got a almost 4,000 strength of field NIS win with Jeremy Sumter on his back door, and Sumter also brought home some huge wins against some of the top drivers in the series in the NASCAR Next Gen. So really, I think I got to be honest. I usually don't say things like this, but I think we had the best car in the Next Gen last week. I don't know, James. I mean, you saw all the success. It was nuts. Probably the most successful week we had in a long time.
Yeah, there were the winner circle tab in the shop server was getting blown up with a lot of posts. It was really great to see. I'm really disappointed I wasn't able to get out there and try to see if I could add my name to those
You could have.
dubs.
Apparently, the car was incredibly easy to drive. Like it wasn't hard to drive at all. Which
it was a great setup. I ran an NIS and I was right there, close. Didn't fall my way at the end, but it was a great setup for Bristol.
Yeah, for sure. Glad that you were liking it, and for sure, definitely did a fantastic job. Of course, I do want to touch on a little bit more of a negative thing. Of course, we're still, if anybody's watching, we are looking for an Xfinity builder, and we'd love to see if maybe we could find if you're the right fit for us. Of course, we are looking for somebody that is good at building, of course, but we also want someone that we want to be around, that we like to hang around. This is a place that we've always prioritized our community, and you know, so that's just kind of a little bit of a tidbit I wanted to put in. But yeah, we are looking for an Xfinity builder. Our next gen program has been, I'd say, one of the top, if not the top, out of the setup shops. And our truck is slowly but surely getting there to where it is at least competitive with the other shops, which that's great. But we want desperately to get this Xfinity program to that same level, and it just that seems to be a tough thing to do. But if you feel like you're up to the task and you're watching this right now, please message us on the TWRS Facebook. Reach out to me, Brian Britt, on Discord if you're in the TWRS Discord, or James Watson. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to see what you got for sure. But, you know, and we've already started instituting the $7 refund to subscribers in the month of March. That way, no one feels like they're getting taken advantage of. I know a lot of people don't even drive our Xfinity program anyway, mostly our next gen and trucks. But I want to change that, James. So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, any qualifications you could think of that you'd maybe like, you know, personality wise?
I mean, I don't know necessarily personality wise, because we've got a big diverse group people here. So as long as you're not actively being a jerk to someone, you're gonna fit in either way here. Like we accept and welcome all. So basically, just someone who's helpful can, if there's any issues with the set in a given week, like if someone's struggling with it being too loose or too tight, you're able to give feedback on things that they could try to help make the set a little better, or things of that nature is what is really important. Just trying to be as helpful as possible. Well, like that's what we've always had with all of our builders, even our Xfinity builders in the past. So if we could keep that going, I think that'd be hugely important.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally agree. That's one of the big things we need is for them to be responsive. Whenever
Yeah,
somebody's having an
one thing
issue.
I will say is, and I did it with Kenny and Mike and even James with the Silver Crown, is if I'm having a little issue with the set, hey, I'm a little loose coming out of two, and they'll, hey, try to, adjust this on the shock or the spring or do something with the air pressure, and they'll point you in the right direction. They may not get back with you, within 5 minutes, but they're going to answer your question. And sometimes, like with James and Kenny, they'll pull me into a Discord and say, hey, try this or something. But that's been really helpful. I love that about Team Watson, just the camaraderie of everybody.
Yeah, we always are always wanting to help out. If somebody's available, somebody that they're going to want to help you, and that's the kind of person we're always looking for sure. But speaking of you, Scott, kind of a interesting, weird transition, I guess. You won, and I didn't even post about this. I even told you before we even went live that I didn't post about your Division Four Indy Pro 2000 Championship. That's a
Yeah.
series that doesn't get enough love, I do believe. But walk us through, how you earned that. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, I love those cars. And then James and them pointed me in the right direction with the setups on them. So I was just running them setups, trying to run on Thursday nights when those guys run their strength of field race. Didn't always work out with some other league commitments and stuff, but I would get the races in. And ironically enough, I don't have a huge I rating and road. A lot of those are on road, but the setups were just so good that I was always right up there in the top five, top two. I never did have a win, I don't think, or I might have had one on oval there. Um, but it was it really wasn't even close. I went into the last week knowing nobody was going to catch me because I was so far ahead in Division Four. Because they take that off of your road license, which is a little bit less. But I think they had like 3 ovals in there. I did real good, but the road setups were, I was right there with them in the road. They were awesome sets. So uh, that one was probably one of the easier ones I've ever won. Most of the time I'm sweating. I'm going into the last week if I'm in the hunt for it. But that one there was pretty easy.
Well, definitely sounds like a lot of fun. I mean, I need to get out there and try those cars out. I mean, I think that,
Oh, they're
especially like a
fun.
week like this, they're at USA International, though. What do you think of that
Yes.
track? Is that any good?
Oval week.
Is that a fun
I've
track?
taken this season off because I'm kind of focusing on Indy cars and NTT. I'm back looking at my schedule right now, but I will get back in those cars. I've got another one where I finished third before I was with Team Watson in those cars. So I do run them cars a lot. I love those cars.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
I definitely need to run them too. Go ahead.
I haven't done any races in USA yet, but I'll definitely be out there trying to run as many as possible. I always try to spam as many races when it's a Indy Pro Oval Week as possible. And USA it's a lot more of a driving track as opposed to some of the other tracks that we go to for Oval Week.
It's like
So
flat out for other tracks, yeah.
for the most part, yeah. Like the Indy Pro oval races tend to be a pack race of sorts. You're all packed up, everyone's in a draft. But because of the lower amount of downforce, it's not easy like say cup cars at Daytona. Like you're in a pack and you're having to white knuckle the car every lap, and you're going 3-4 wide. You're on the edge of grip. One little mistake and you will go around and it will cause a huge melee. So it's the best of both worlds in that, you know, you really feel like you're actually driving something crazy when you're out
Was it
there.
that I remember that one video that went viral that iRacing was promoting. Was that an Indy Pro 2000 whenever you like won a race and you like flipping or something?
I think it was. I didn't win that. I finished third. There was a huge
I
wreck
remember it
coming
was
to the
like a
line.
viral moment.
Yeah, it was a huge wreck coming to the line at IMS, and I was just like, well, there's nothing I could do, so I just kept my foot in it, and I just jumped over like 4 cars and like
Yeah.
slid across the line in third.
Yeah, I remember it being
That
something crazy.
Yeah, when it's IMS or Motegi, that is more of an actual pack race, you know, full on. But when it comes to Old Phoenix and Gateway, it's more of the pseudo pack race, you know, packed up but still having to drive it. But when we go to the shorter tracks like USA or Kern, like the next to last week of the prior season, it's a definitely pure driver intensive. So you've got to be on your game. You've got to manage the traffic, manage the dirty air. Tire wear is going to be significant. You know, these tires wear pretty good on ovals, so you always have to keep that in mind. You've got to nail your qualifying because it's not going to be easy to pass. So it's definitely a much bigger challenge that I'm looking forward to this week.
100%. Well, Scott, we'd love to. You know, we've talked about TWRS so much here, and how much if we get started, you pull back the cord, we're gonna keep going blah 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 blah. Blah. But I wanted to talk to you. The reason we all brought you on is because of Boomer button boxes, man. Talk to us about that. How did that get started? You know, just walk us through it.
Well, it got started. I guess it was probably about 2 years ago. I was building a new rig, new base, new pedals, and everything. And I had an old button box I'd ordered from Europe when I first started. Needed to replace it, and there was nobody in the United States really building button boxes. I just kind of got on there and started figuring out how to do it, and built me a cheap one with plastic buttons, and took pictures of it, put it on our Discord in the league, and everybody was just oohing and ahhing. And next thing you know, we start building them with metal buttons and start building with LED buttons, and we're making them bigger and more extravagant and different colors. And we start changing the back on them, and it took off. Here lately, it kind of goes in bunches. I haven't sold maybe 2 or 3 since Christmas, but next week I could sell 6 or 8. You just don't know. It's one of them things though. With once you get a button box, but a good one, you don't need one for a long time. So
100%.
don't get a lot of repeat business, but so yeah, it kind of comes and goes. Usually somebody will see something and buy it, and they'll tell their buddies in the league, and the next thing you know, I'm selling 5 or 6 the same week or something. So
yeah, I guess it's all about market. Yeah, like that. What is it? Word of mouth, kind of.
Came up with the website, and that's helped a little bit. We did put some of them on eBay, and we haven't really got much off of it. It's more word of mouth through leagues and stuff, and we'll jump out and sponsor some leagues every now and then. And we do some special events where we give away button boxes. The Care for Kids 200 that comes off in the fall of every year. We did that for the last 2 years in a row. That's always generated us a couple boxes sold too. So, and we get to help out something like that too.
Yeah, because I've definitely seen. I know that we did the what is it? The Toys for Tots race with in collaboration with Martin Sports not long ago, and you guys were involved in that as well.
Yeah, we gave a box away for that one too, and I think I turned
I know
around.
our prize was chose last. 'Cause, I mean, I guess since you put a Boomer Button box as one of the prize choices, then it's just like,
Yeah,
yeah, I don't want
yeah,
any subscription. Who wants that?
Not when there's shiny buttons to press.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
We
There's something
actually
right.
have one. I know, James, you have yours now, right?
Yeah, and it's incredible. Like the LEDs, every line of the buttons are lit up in a different LED color. All four colors of Team Watson racing setups, and it's got the logo right there. And mine is custom made with the yellow caps for the toggle switches. And like I just love looking at it. Like it's incredible seeing something this well made and having something with your own logo on it. It's incredible. And like the buttons themselves, like the way they feel and the noise it makes, like it's just satisfying to just start randomly pressing it. Although that last one might be an autistic thing that only I experience.
Well, I actually hear that from a lot of people that order the LED buttons like you got, or we got a metal one here, which they're not the plastic. They're like, those are so satisfying to push. They're not like the old plastic. And we do make the plastic ones still, but yeah, the metal ones and the LED ones, they're just top of the line buttons, and they do feel good pushing them too.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely an awesome thing that you're doing for sure. And we definitely wish you the best, when it comes to your success and stuff like that. And we're so glad that you guys came on board with Team Watson. I mean, we would have dropped you guys probably pretty not that far long ago, but you guys have been getting success on the track, so that's why we keep you around.
Yeah, and I attribute a lot of that success to Team Watson too, because
No,
we
we
were all
love you
decent
guys.
drivers, but it's
And
hard to compete when you don't have a good setup.
you guys cooperate. You guys communicate and are involved in the community, and I think that's why we love having you guys around because you're
Yeah,
always
yeah,
in there chit chatting with somebody and saying giving feedback. That's what we need is that
yeah.
feedback. That's like more valuable
I'm
than
in the
gold.
setup room with James every Sunday night coming up with Silver Crown setups, and I
Yeah,
learn a lot just watching him and some of the other guys we've got in there. Who was in there the last couple of weeks with us? It was
River Haze.
River. Yes, and I watched a lot or learned a lot following him.
Yeah, he's
And
I think that was just like a temporary partnership there. That one race, right? Or was it a Phoenix? What race was that? In the Silver Crown, so he was helping build
Iowa. And no,
Iowa.
he's on the Silver Crown team. So it's basically
Okay.
been for the first two races this season. It's been me, him, and Scott in the
Oh,
tests working on and
he's a talented
finalizing the
guy,
sets. Yeah,
and
former series champion too.
yeah,
yeah, he's really very well sought after. That's for sure. So I mean, I didn't even know that. See, there's things that I don't know.
yeah, he's
I
really
just show
bumping
up and hit record.
he's really bumping the strength of field in those races up too
Oh,
when
I
he plays.
bet. I bet.
Yeah,
I mean, what's this? Is it 8,000 or something?
it's like 7,000,
Okay,
Yeah,
almost 8,000.
yeah.
that's crazy. You gotta. That takes a lot of commitment to build an I rating like that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever gonna get there.
Definitely
You're a
don't think
lot
I'm ever
closer
gonna
than
get
I am.
there. But yeah, definitely awesome. So hopefully he becomes more involved in other things for sure. And yeah, man, loving the Boomer Button Box, having you guys involved, and hopefully you've been happy with our partnership or our side of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. With you guys, and then we do a lot of stuff with Martin with the jerseys, the
Scott Martin,
hats
you know.
for you guys. Yeah, Scott Martin, and then we do a lot with the iRacing iFlag too. I get a lot of those made up with the Boomer Button Box logo, and I
Yeah.
give them away
We had
in
Jeff
leagues and
Brown
stuff
on
too. Yeah,
not too long ago, of course, owner of iRacing iFlags. We love. I mean, that's why I love about we have a little community of
yeah, we do.
businesses that are kind of all help each
Yeah,
other out, and I just love it. I mean, we might not make a whole bunch of money or anything like that, but hey, we're all friends, so we have fun. That's what matters.
Yeah, the money we make from Boomer, we're putting it into getting into paid leagues and
Yeah,
giving boxes away. And so I don't make a killing doing it.
yeah. I mean, yeah, we don't make either. The builders get all the money for.
I
But
can see.
yeah, it's great though. I mean, it's just great having a community and just trying to be a force for good on the service. I think that's what I know that's what I always want to try to do, and I know that's probably what James as well. We're always just trying to be, a force for good on the service for sure. And then, how did you get into iRacing? That's a good question.
I used to RC race
Okay.
quite a bit, and I got into bass fishing, so I got out of racing for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Did bass fishing, and it just so happened I'd gotten divorced and sitting around my apartment, or my house I bought, and nothing much to do. Started playing Xbox, Battlefield, Call of Duty, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I bought Formula One game. Well, then I needed a wheel, and then I needed a
Oh,
rig,
there it
and
is.
then the next thing I know, I'm YouTube and stuff, and I'm like, what is this iRacing thing? And then it blew up from there.
Yes,
And
sir.
the amount of money I've spent on my rig is, I don't even know. Don't want to know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't really do anything else as far. I mean, this is my hobby. Netflix and chill with my wife and I race. That's about it.
Hey, that sounds like a
Build
good
some button
life.
boxes.
That sounds like a good life. Build button boxes, race, and spend time with a wife. That sounds like a great life right there,
That is.
for sure. But that's definitely interesting. I mean, I tell you, yeah, because I don't. Of course, I wasn't married, and the divorce part that wasn't me. But my friend Zach, he had what was it? We were playing. I think it was Project Cars,
Yeah.
and we were playing that, and we would like get it to where we'd like, oh, we're gonna do endurance races, and we'd set them up to where we'd have little endurance races on his. He had a Logitech G920 like I have now. We would play on, I do believe it was his Xbox One, and I would it was so much fun. I was like, man, this is so much fun, and Zach was like, if you like this, you probably should look into that thing called iRacing. And I'm like, what is that? So I looked into it, and yeah, and then I actually started out on the road course side more. Surprisingly, I was Skip Barber all the way. That's what I loved. I don't.
I
I
used to race skippies quite a
those
bit.
things were fun. Um,
Yeah. I
I'd
actually
love
got
track.
into it to race dirt
Oh, really?
because when I raced RC cars, it was all dirt oval. And
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just thought that was and then I kind of switched to road and started doing NASCAR probably about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So
That's definitely interesting. Yeah.
yeah,
You've kind of done it all. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
James
I
has done
really
it
don't
all.
ever. I'll race a dirt in week 13 or something once in a while. I do still run the F4s and stuff like that on the road and the Indy pros and stuff. I like the cars with the open wheels a little bit better.
Yeah.
Indy cars, stuff like that. I'm not much into the GT3s and stuff like that. They're fun. I'm just quick at it.
No, I hear that. I like the Indy car. I did a lot of Indy fixed oval racing. I never did any really road racing. Um, that was a lot of fun for sure. But definitely appreciate you coming on and talking to us, Scott. It's interesting to hear a little bit about you. Can you maybe plug maybe your website and maybe I don't know, you want to show off some of your product a little bit closer or
Oh, I mean, actually, this one here, we're just running a test on because every one of these LED ones, we hook them up for 6 hours
oh
and then test them with the heat gun to make sure that one cell's not pulling any more energy than the rest of them. But this one here is just a standard uh, road rage box, which is a little bit smaller than what you guys got. It's an 18 function. It's got metal buttons on them and then a couple pin buttons. Of course, you got your power switch and LED push button starter. So that's an 18 function box. It's a little bit smaller than the ones you guys got. And this is actually one of like the best values you got out there because the LED buttons are so expensive. This box here we ship to you 183.
Yeah.
I do know like the box you guys when they're ordering they're about 430 because those LED buttons are so expensive.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you're with some of those colors you're looking at about $12 a button. I
Wow.
think you guys is our 20 function, 20
Man,
function, I think, yeah.
that's crazy. But yeah, no, awesome button boxes for sure. I
Yeah,
definitely would
and we've got
recommend
them
them.
all the way down to $93 with the plastic ones. If budget, you
Yeah.
understand that people
Well, I
just getting
mean,
in, they're probably not going to want to spend that much money.
yeah, especially if they're just gonna like join iRacing and quit. You definitely. But I mean,
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
diehard, you have the creme de la creme, the metal ones, which I
The
mean
metal ones or the LED ones are the ones that you're die hard.
Yeah.
They've raced with the plastic ones. They want an upgrade.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you get on there. And then we also do custom ones. People say, hey, I want this here, I want this there. I think we modified James's a little bit from our standard logo box to the way he wanted his. I think he got a couple toggle switches on it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
James,
because I
he
prefer to have the toggle switches instead of for
Instead of the
ignition
button
instead.
start.
Yep.
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
picky.
And some people are like that, and we go out of our way to accommodate what you want and stuff like that. So make it all work.
Yeah, no, he's picky. He's got to have it his way. That's James
I love
Watson.
Those are really good looking bikes.
I love the realism too, because my secondary box I have right here next to the wheel, but I have the boomer box right up here, and I love being able to kind of reach farther and hit the ignition, because to me that kind of aids in the realism, because the actual ignitions in the cars, you got to reach out a little bit. So the fact that I'm making myself reach to turn the car on, it's really satisfying to me from a realism standpoint.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen some really awesome rigs online, just even scrolling on Facebook. Some people have like literally full car rigs, and it's just like it's so immersive. That'd be
Right.
crazy
And
to
then
have
you
something
have
like
mine.
that. Yeah, I say I'm just using like a desk chair and like.
Yeah, I'm on a disc chair on a welcome mat, so I don't slide all the way
And this is
back
the
to the
champion, ladies and
wall.
gentlemen. He wins championships.
Yeah, he does. He 6 times a year.
Yeah, so that just shows you it doesn't matter what kind of. You don't have to have the best equipment.
I'm sitting here with a air seat P1 from Italy, and he's racing in his chair, and he's way better than I am.
Yeah, I remember a conversation with a couple other friends that on iRacing that have actually been to my house, and they're like, Wes, you've seen the Watson rig, right? Yes, I have. Doesn't that just piss you off? I'm like, oh, very much so. Because they have like actual rigs, and then there's me in this dinky ass little setup.
Hey, you work with what you got, and
Yep.
it works well. See, I mean, you can tell that Team Watson, we ain't pocketing the money. Otherwise, we'd have him with a suited up rig or something.
Yeah.
One day we'll have to dip into the fund and get some big old rigs set up for ourselves. But yeah, no.
Have you seen those new pedals that came out, SimuCube, which I have their wheelbase, but they've got the new pedals that have force feedback in them.
Wow.
Have you seen those?
No.
Interesting.
Oh, they're like 1,500-1,600 a pedal.
Yeah, see, I'm not gonna look at that because I can't buy that.
No, that's like 2 to 3 times my rent.
I know.
Yeah. Now they got some awesome stuff out there. I'll tell you, if man, you might as well just buy a race car. I mean,
yeah, right.
I would be really interested to see like some of the NASCAR and IndyCar guys, because they sim quite a bit for testing and stuff, what they use.
Yeah, what their wheel and pedals and stuff look like. Yeah.
I know Hamlin has a motion rig, and then there's that one clip of Jordan Taylor running Monza Oval in a stock car, and the bumps going so bad that it flipped his rig on its side.
Oh wow.
Yeah. That wasn't even the worst thing that happened in that particular Monza Oval race. We won't get into that though.
I used to race in a league with a guy that had a motion rig, and we were under caution. It was someplace short, like Bristol or something. He was on the outside, I was on the inside. He comes, takes me out. I'm like, dude, Rick, what are you doing? Man, my motion rig, a bolt broke, and the whole thing shifted to the left. And I thought
Wow.
I could imagine.
I don't
that.
think
Yeah.
I've never seen it be worth it. I mean, because like I used to be pretty good friends with Quinn Half, who used to drive the 00, and like he had a motion rig, and I'll tell you, we would have him in voice chat, and you couldn't hear him hardly, but you could hear his rig making noises. Like it's so loud, and but I mean, it just didn't seem like it really helped you when it come to performance as much as it is just really loud. If I was married to somebody, or like if I was had a motion rig and my wife, I bet she'd want to kill me. Like, turn that thing off. Like, please. Like, that thing is loud.
Yeah.
You know, might as well have a
I
real
do
race
have a
car
couple
in the
of butt
in the
kickers
house.
under mine. They make a little noise,
Yeah.
but it ain't moving around.
But yeah. No, there's some crazy rigs out there. I love to look at them. I mean, and kind of drool, but you know, never gonna have
Yeah,
that.
in our Discord, you can see when we ask them to send a picture of after they put their button box in, and I really enjoy looking at some of the rigs out. Some of them are, man, they're up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're really up there. Some of them guys they bought a couple from admin box.
Mm.
Yeah, we made them some custom ones, and when they had it all mounted up, and the pictures are on Discord. They had a nice rig.
Yeah. If you're just joining our conversation right now, you probably be really confused to what we're talking about. You got a really nice rig.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a dirty mind. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But yeah, I think that'd be a great place. We're about 30 minutes in. I think that was great conversation, Scott. We appreciate you coming on. Definitely. Can we get a plug for the website, man? Tell us where we can get one of these Boomer button boxes.
Yeah, boomerbuttonbox.com. Go in there and check out. And if you don't see what you like, or you want a different color or a different vinyl put on the back, let us know. You can look through past ones. We build them all. Buttons on different sizes and different colors, whatever you want. And I'll sit down and draw it out with you. And we've did that before a couple of times. So, but yeah, if you don't see what you want on the website, just give us a shout. We'll work something in.
Yeah, pretty easy to find. Of course, Boomer Button Box on Facebook for sure. I know you guys are on there,
Yeah,
and
we got
Twitter,
the
I think
webpage
too.
now going too. Sean did a good job with that.
Yeah, and of course, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think if you buy TWRS subscription, I do believe we also have, I think, a discount for you guys.
Yeah, I think 10% or something.
I think it's something like that. So yeah, definitely, if you're watching this and been thinking about getting a Boomer Button Box, and you're one of our customers, you might, if you checked your purchase notes, you might actually find a coupon code in there or something like that, a keyword to give Scott, and that could save you some money. So it pays to be a subscriber of Team Watson Racing Setups, that's for sure. But we
if you buy a Boomer Button Box, you get a subscription off to Team Watson.
Yeah, we do have a discount there as well. That's for sure. But definitely appreciate your time, Scott. Thanks as always, James. You know, it's always a pleasure. Thanks everybody for tuning in. This has been the TWRS Fireside Chat. Next week, I think we're going to have a awesome pleasure. I do believe, or not next week, next month. I do believe James is going to have his father on. Is that right?
Yes. I owe a lot to him. Actually, we all owe a lot to him because without his help and support from him and my mother, Team Watson Racing would not exist, basically.
That's right. So definitely owe him a lot. Can't wait to talk to him about raising little Watson. That's going to be interesting, exclusive. So you don't want to miss that one, that's for sure. But thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.